You know what, the lighting is best right here, but this is weird. So, guess the tripod's coming back out. Okay, this is as good as we're gonna get. Hi! We're back. So here's the sitch. Didn't upload a video for a really long time because I broke my laptop, and now it's good, but for a while it wasn't. I was really sad about that, by the way, because it was during finals week. I've got a real knack for ruining my own life. There's a lot of you that are new here. Thank you, Carly. Yeah, hi. My subscriber count actually more than doubled, and in the last 2 weeks, and that is a little bit overwhelming, a little bit scary, but a lot exciting. So welcome to this channel, this circle of chaos. It's a fun time, and we're gonna have fun today. Okay, so I didn't know, I have Apple Music, like, to listen to music, you know. Spotify does all those cute, like, fill out a personality quiz and we'll assign you a musical artist or whatever. Like, you know, you get all the cool stuff about your stats about Spotify, and Apple Music doesn't really do that, but they do like a rewind every year, and so I finally figured that out, and so I found my 2021 mid-year rewind. It's been a trying year. As my musical artist, I was like, okay. I thought that I would talk about my top artists and recommend some books based on my artists. My back kind of hurts. So let's jump right in. This lighting really is starting to cheese me. Like, okay. So, focus. No! I'm gonna talk about my top artists, the top song that I've listened to from them, and then my current favorite. My top artist was Frank Ocean. I'm really not surprised by that. I listen to a lot of Frank Ocean, kind of all the time. And my top song so far from him is White Ferrari. That's like really alarming. My current favorite though, either Self-Control or Novocaine. And my book recommendation, let me get in this obnoxious stack of books. My book recommendation for Frank Ocean lovers would be either Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro or Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. So Giovanni's Room is about this expat in the, I think 40s or maybe 50s, who goes to France and goes to a bar where Giovanni is the bartender, and they begin a relationship. They're two men, so it's a gay relationship, and it's just kind of about that, and it's very somber, very terrible, sad, tragic ending, but I think it's a really nice story. And yeah, I don't know, I just feel like it very much gives Chanel, but also self-control, also thinking about you. Like, I don't know, it really encompasses, like, I feel like if you've read Giovanni's Room and you've listened to Frank Ocean, I feel like you can agree with me. I don't know, maybe you'll disagree. I don't really care. Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I really can't tell you what it's about without spoiling it, but it is about a group of friends who grow up surrounding something. I can't tell you what they're dealing with, but they are a group of friends in England, and it's just kind of them growing up, and there's a song that they listen to, or the main character listens to, called Never Let Me Go, and that just comes in a very trying part of their lives. And yeah, don't let the cover fool you. This cover kind of freaks me out too, but I love this book. This is actually, if not it's my favorite book, it is one of my favorite books, so please read it. It's dystopian. I can't tell you why it's dystopian, but just read it. I recommend that for Frank because I think it also has big thinking about you vibes, but it also has like Ivy. It is Ivy, like, we'll never be those kids again. So my next Apple Music artist is Dominic Fike. Love Dominic Fike. I'm not surprised by that either. And my top song from him is Superstar Shit. Am I gonna have to bleep that out? Oh god. That is my current favorite song, but also I really like Photo ID, Remy Wolf song that Dominic Fike did a remix with. Oh, I love that song. My book rec for that, If We Were Villains and Bunny. So If We Were Villains is by ML Rio and Bunny is by Mona Awad. Now, okay, I feel like I have to kind of explain this one. I think Dominic Fike, like, has a very strong talent of transcending genres in the way that, like, especially on his album What Could Possibly Go Wrong, there's rock elements, but there's also rap, also R&B, and also, like, I burped, alternative indie. And so that's why I feel like I kind of picked these two different books. Like, they're both dark academia, I think, but like different sides of the spectrum. So Bunny is about this girl, what's her name again? Samantha. And she is in like this writing cohort with these 3 girls who all call each other Bunny, and they invite her to their weird get-together, and weird stuff happens involving bunnies. It reminds me of the song Vampire, where it's like not everyone is what they seem, and things just start to get really weird. And I feel like that's an element of Dominic Fike's music, like to embrace the weirdness. I don't know, that just kind of reminds me of that. For villains, I chose this because I feel like the vibes, okay, the vibes are the same. My next top artist was Claro, which was really interesting because I do listen to a lot of Claro, but I feel like I can name other people that I listen to more than her, especially in like recent months. My top song from her is Hello, featuring Reggie Snow, and yeah, if I had a top song from her, it would definitely be that. But my current favorite is definitely Softly from Immunity. And my book recommendations for Miss Claire Cottrell would be My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. So I haven't read this yet, I'm about to read it, but from what I understand, this is about a woman who is just rich and has like everything that you would think you would want in life, but she's like very depressed, and so her way to try to combat that is to go to sleep for an entire year, to like drug herself and go to sleep for an entire year, and then she wakes up and deals with the aftermath of being asleep for an entire year, and I think she goes to a therapist or something like that. And I don't know why this reminds me of Claro, but it really does, just about like female angst. I don't know, I just feel like when I first thought of, what's a book that would remind me of Claro's music, this was what came up. I can't really explain why, and hopefully I'm not completely wrong. Like, after I read it, maybe I'll be like, yeah, I was right. I don't know. So my next top artist is the Marias. This actually makes sense. My top song from them is Cariño. Also makes sense. For them, my book recommendations, number 1 would be Mexican Gothic. I think I'd definitely be lying if I said it wasn't because the Marias sing a lot in Spanish in this book. The main character speaks in Spanish. I mean, it's written in English, but they say that she's speaking in Spanish. But Mexican Gothic also reminds me a bit of like psychedelic crazy stuff, you know, there's like mushrooms involved and stuff like that, and the Marias are psychedelic soul pop type music, and so that just kind of reminds me of it. And also the weird romance Noemi has with Francis, I think his name is, I don't know, it just reminds me of some of the songs that the Marias have. And then another book that I recommend based on the Marias is Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is another book that I have not read yet, but it reminds me, from what I've understood and what I've like seen from the trailers of the show and stuff, it's about kind of like these 2 people who their lives are super intertwined with each other, and they keep seeing each other at different parts of their lives. And that reminds me of I Don't Know You by the Marias. So hopefully this is another one. I hope I'm correct in the long run. My next artist was Tame Impala. Another one where I was like, do I really listen to that much of them? And so my top song from them is Borderline. I do listen to that song a lot, but my favorites would be that song or Let It Happen. And so my book recommendations would either be I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. Yeah. Tame Impala is like, you know, like psychedelic, like trippy, whatever, and I'm Thinking of Ending Things made me feel like I was under the influence of something, and I was completely sober listening to it. I did the audiobook, which I would recommend if you're gonna indulge in this. Voices and the way that it's performed, I just think is way better than reading it. But anyways, I'm Thinking of Ending Things is about a girl who goes home with her boyfriend for the first time to meet his family, and it's really not what it seems. Nothing is what it seems, and the book is really trippy. It feels like an A24 movie, and that why like the fact that it's trippy is why I am recommending it as a Tame Impala. Yeah, the book that I haven't read yet, but kind of reminds me of Tame Impala for some reason, is Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. As you can tell, I really like this guy. But this is about, I'm pretty sure it's about a android or a robot or something that becomes sentient and begins to feel. Feels very Tame Impala-esque. Last top artist is SZA. That one makes sense. Okay, see, that's why, like, I would think that SZA would be above Claro. Like, I really don't think I listen to more Claro than I do SZA, but I also listen to vinyl a lot, and so maybe that's why. But I also do have Claro and SZA on vinyl, so I don't really know. My top song from SZA is the Weeknd remix, Calvin Harris remix. Makes sense. I listen to that a lot in the car. And my current favorite song from SZA is Drew Barrymore. Does that say a lot about me? Perhaps. Book recommendation for SZA would be Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. And I chose that because I think that SZA is a very powerful black woman who is very in touch with her black femininity. And I think Janie Crawford, the protagonist of Their Eyes Were Watching God, is also a very large symbol of black femininity, especially in the black female community. I just really love the way that Janie develops as a person. Not that she wasn't strong in the beginning of the book, but she just becomes even stronger, and I really needed that when I was growing up. I read that when I was a sophomore in high school, in a predominantly white high school, and I feel like that was so important for me to read then. And it was really important for Control to come out right at that time. Okay, I don't really know why, but when I was trying to do this book kept coming up in my brain. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I just feel like this has something to do with Control, and also on the converse of Control, I feel like while there's those surface level shallow qualities, there's also the songs that I want you to love me deeper than just what I look like. So, you know, it's a trade-off. But anyways, I just choked myself on my necklace a little bit. Honestly, I am a little bit surprised by the order, but it's still pretty accurate. I don't think anyone meant to be on this is meant to be. Oh, okay. I'm very surprised that Mac Miller wasn't on this list because I listened to a lot of Mac Miller. He apparently is number 7. I did the top 6 and he's number 7. But I feel like he should be number 2, the amount of music that I listened to from him. But okay. But anyways, if you didn't notice, I'm back in my room too. College is done for a while, thank God. That means that I'm going to be uploading regularly again. I know you guys missed it. My new friends, thank you again for being here. It's very exciting and also very nerve-wracking that you're here, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So thank you. Like, subscribe, stay tuned. Yeah, I don't have an uploading schedule. I just be doing it. All right. Bye.